How's it going, guys? It's Miko, and welcome back to my channel. So, for today's video, what we are going to teach you, or what I'm going to teach you personally, is a combination of two features. Number one, the login, and then number two, the registration. So, we're going to be creating two pages within the specific tutorial, and the first page will focus solely on the login, and then the second page will focus solely on the register. All right. Then afterwards, let us also have it be connected towards our MySQL SHAMP, okay, which is going to be our local host database. And also, we're going to be using now Use Navigate. If some of you didn't even know Use Navigate is a new update for the installation for the React Router DOM because you can't use the use history on the React Router DOM at 6. All right, so you need to replace it with Use Navigate. All right, so again, stay tuned, guys, and I'm really sorry about the background noises because you might be hearing raindrops. All right, and that is because here in the Philippines we're experiencing heavy rains. All right, in Novaliches we're experiencing heavy rains in here. So again, guys, I'm really sorry for the background noise, but stay tuned within this video. All right. So the first thing that I need to do is to open up my command prompt, and then by opening my command prompt, I need to do change directory and change directory up until I reach the very end, which is gonna be the local drive C. In the local drive C, I'm going to be doing a make dir, all right? That would serve as a directory, or I will be creating a new folder within this local drive C, which I will be calling React log, all right? So actually, I already did created React log, so let's do make dir React log. So yep, let's just do it double G, all right? So LO double G. So afterwards doing that, let's go and head towards CD React log, all right. So afterwards, going to the React log, what I need to do next is to do an npm init react dash app and then dot. All right. So this is me installing using npm the React boilerplate or the packages inside my main folder, which is going to be the React log. Basically, you can also use npx, yarn, doesn't matter anyway. But for me, in this tutorial, I'll be using npm all throughout the video. All right. So it might take some time, so I'm just gonna be pausing this video for a while, and I'll get back to you once everything is fully downloaded within my folder, which is gonna be the React log. All right. Stay tuned, guys. So I am back, and we are now done. Installing the React app package inside my main folder, which is gonna be the React log. So the next thing that I need to do is to do a code dot, which is a shortcut for me opening my Visual Studio that contains the packages that I already installed within my React log folder. So I just need to click yes, I trust the authors. And inside my SRC, okay, I just need to remove the unnecessary. But for me to check out if everything is running smooth and good, I just need to put here run, okay, or main npm start. So I'm just gonna be pausing this video for a while, and let's just wait for a couple of seconds up until everything is running in here. Or yeah, actually, it's gonna be running now. So I'm not gonna be pausing this video. So again, I'm really sorry for the background noise, guys. You can hear raindrops falling on my rooftop. It's actually a song. So I'm just kidding, guys. I just want to make everything light now since it's not really good because it is really raining hard here in the Philippines. So let's just remove the unnecessary, like for instance this one, the app logo in the app.css, everything. Also in the app.js, let's also remove the import logo, and then let's also remove the header. Also in the index.js, let's remove the index.css because we will not be using that. So if everything is now good, let's remove the unnecessary, highlight the index.css, and then press Control, and then app.test.js, and also the logo.svg, and then set up test.js. And then once everything is highlighted, I want you to right click on your mouse and then just simply click on delete, and then move to recycle bin, and then everything is good now. So afterwards doing that, so the next thing that we need to do is to go and head towards our app.js once more and then type in hello, all right, and then press Control S, right? So afterwards saving, we can see here that there is a hello already inside our web page, which is the localhost 3000. So the next thing that we need to do is to open up our internal terminal here at our Visual Studio and type in router. All right, or we're going to be installing npm install react dash router dash dom at 6. All right, so just like what I've mentioned a while ago, use history is now deprecated in the React router dom at 6. So we're going to be using use navigate instead of the use history. So since everything is now good inside this, we've just installed our React router DOM. We're going to be importing our React router DOM in here and in our app.js. All right. So in order for us to do that, let's just say here import and then inside let's do router as router routes and then route. All right, and then hit on save and then from React router DOM and then hit on save. So now everything is good. Let's just remove the hello and then inside our div, let's put here router. All right, and then inside a router, let's put routes, and inside a routes, let's put the route. All right. So let's just put here path. All right. Our first path will be slash. So meaning to say that every time that the user goes into the localhost 3000 by default, he will eventually go to home, which our home will serve as our login page. Okay. So let's just name our element in here. Say that this is gonna be home, right? And then under forward slash. If I save this, I'll be having an error since I still didn't imported the home. All right, so what I need to do is go back to the import and import, all right, home from, and then this, and then that just do dot forward slash pages and then forward slash home. But if I save this, I'll be having an error since in the folder src, I still didn't create the folder called pages. All right. So in order for me to do that, just hit new folder inside a src folder. All right. And type in pages. No, guys, that what you spelled out here, the capitals and everything, it should be the same within the folder in here because you might be having a problem in the long run if you didn't do that. So it's a case sensitive, guys. So please be mindful about your spelling. So inside of pages, we're going to be creating a home.js. All right. So if we save that one, meaning to say that we have now home.js in here, which will serve as our login. So we also need to create another file, which is going to be the register, because we want to have a register.js. And also, I'll be creating a page which we call error. So meaning to say that if there is something that is not included within our current route, then it will show you page not found. And that's the reason why I've created three. So I've created inside of pages, folder error.js, home.js, and then register.js, right? So the next thing that I need to do is I need to go back towards my app.js and, I need to declare everything. Like I just need to copy paste this and just replace the home into register and this one into register as well. And then the second one will be replaced as an error, all right, or replace as an error. And then pages will be error as well. All right, error, right? Then let's just copy paste this, and just rename, all right, register, and then this one would be asterisk, all right? And in here, let's just say that we're calling the error whenever there is something that is not actually included within, for example, this two. All right, for example, if it's not slash or if it's not register, then it will says page not found. All right. So in here, just do register, then control save. And then let's go back inside our home.js and do RSF. So what do you mean by RSF? RSF is a React stateless function. All right. So just do that and do the same within the other pages. We're gonna be naming the home as login, and then the register as a register, and then the error would be not found, right? So I'm gonna be trying that. So for the home, it means login. If I go towards the register, it will go towards the register. If ever that there is something that I search within the extension, I put something in here that is not actually included within this too, then I will be having an error. So for instance, gender. Gender is not actually included in here. So if I go towards gender, it says page not found or not found. All right. So that's the key towards that. So let's just go back to our login. And inside the login, what I need to do is to create a navigation bar so that we're not going to be using the extension for us to go towards and traverse towards different pages. So I'm not going to be focusing on the CSS. So I'm just going to be copy pasting already made template. Like for instance, I'm just going to be going towards navbar W3 schools for me to get the CSS for the navigation bar, right, and the style for it. So I'm just going to be using the horizontal nav bar, and I will go towards the try it yourself. And inside, I need to just copy paste everything and paste this uh, on the or below router. So we just need two. So let's just remove this too, and then name it home and then register. So if I save this one, you can see her home and the register. Usually we can use the a tag in here. Like for instance, we just need to remove the href and put this, and then this one put register. We can use the a tag, right? If I use the a tag, this is just like this, but I'm not going to be using the a tag right now, and I'm going to be using the link. So above our declaration for browser router, just type in link and then replace the a tag with a link, okay? And then the closing of the a tag, replace it with a link as well, and then do the same with the register in here, and do the same on the closing a tag. So also for the href, it's gonna be replaced as two, and this one two. Save, and we'll be seeing this. All right. So let's go back into editor for the W3 schools, and then let's just copy paste the full CSS, and then go back to your app.css or head towards your app.css, and once you save it, it will go just like this. All right. So the next thing that we need to do is to create a form because we're going to be using a form so that we can register and we can also log in. So in order for me to do that, let me just simply find here a form. So form code pen, and then by doing the form.code pen, just go to images and go towards the simple HTML CSS contact form made in color lib. So let's just copy paste this. Okay. And then head towards the home.js and then remove this, and then actually let's just replace the form into div and also replace the action and method with post, and also the closing for the form, let's just replace that, and also remove the field set. We only need two inputs, so I'm just going to be removing everything and retain the two inputs above, the your name and your email address, and then hit on save. But I'll be having an error in here because yep. So each and every inputs, we need to put a forward slash at the very end. So let's go towards our home. So this is what would it look like. So if we head towards our simple HTML and then just simply paste the CSS into our app.css for this one and head towards this one. So you can see now that this is going to be the style for our homepage. And we just need to copy the same style in a register.js. But in order for us to do that, let's just do something, do some modification inside our form in the home.js. So we're going to be using your email as the username and your email address. Let's replace that with your password and then just simply put here text. We're not going to be using the type of password in here because we wanted to know the exact input that we are doing. All right. So we can also replace the submit as login. Also remove the ID in here like this up until the data submit. Obviously this is really small, so I'm just going to be, you know, maximizing the size. So if I go back in here and refresh, it's your email, your password, and then log in. So I'm just going to be copy pasting this and head towards my register and just replace this register and paste the full content that I just copied in my home. So instead of this, in order for us to have an identity, let's just replace this with register. All right, and the h4 tag, let's remove that and go towards our home and then remove the h4 tag, and then in here, let's just say this is going to be login. So if I go back, it's going to be login, register, login, register. All right. So that's it. So in the register, instead of login, let's just say here register. Right. So let's start first by doing the registration. So the first thing that I need to do is to declare the necessary or the state in here. So for example, const the first parameter is going to be email. That would serve as our username. And then set email, and then equals use state. But I still didn't have use state in here, so let's just do import and then use state from React. And then another one for the password. So let's the password. And inside our input, let's now create an event. So on change, and then an event set email event target that value. Then let's do the same with the next input. Let's do an event as well on change event set password event target that value. And let's do an on click in here on the register. All right, and say here that let's register info. But we will be having an error because we still didn't define the register info in this particular thing. So what we need to do is to declare it. So let's just create here a const register info, and let's just say console log for now. Then email, and then password. So if I do an inspect elements and head towards our console, and for instance, I type in here trike at gmail.com, and then the password will be AB101213, then hit on register. So obviously what I did in here will be shown in here. All right. So everything is good. Now let's create a server that will connect our MySQL database towards this React. So everything that we input would go to that server, and that server, which is the node running under Express, would be the one passing all of the inputs that we have into the database. All right. So in order for me to do that, let's just do here make dir server, a new folder. We're going to be creating a new folder, and then let's go towards that folder, cd server, and then let's do npm init. We're going to be initializing first the npm within this server folder. So I'll be prompted with a bunch of questions that I just need to enter. All right. Then I need to do npm install express and then mysql. So afterwards, installing this, all right, I should need to head towards my server, okay, and then do here inside a new file, which I will call index.js. Inside this folder, I will be declaring what I've installed. So const express. So I did install express, and I need to require the express. And also, what I need to do is to do const mysql is equals to require. I'll be requiring mysql as well. The next thing that I need to do is to do const app is equals to express. And the next thing is to just to check if everything is listening, right? So app.listen. I'm gonna be using port 3000 because I already used the port 3000. So I'm gonna be using port 3001 in the server. Then do a console log, and then say that your app is listening. Then let's now check if everything is listening. So node index.js, and then my app is currently listening as shown in here. So the next thing that I need to do is to create a connectivity between this specific server going through my database. So in order for me to do that, let's just declare first the credential of my database. So let's do const database equals to mysql dot create connection. Inside, I'll be doing localhost, and then gonna be the user, or actually not the localhost, but just the host, then the user, and afterwards the password, and afterwards the database. So for the host, it will be localhost. For the user, it will be root. For the database, I still didn't create one, so let me create one. So I need to just simply in here, just to say localhost and PHP my admin. So basically, I'm currently using Champ. So yep, let's just create a new, and then let's just name the database as MyDB, and then let's create a table called users. And since we're just going to be using email and then the password, let's just make the columns free. I still need to create an ID, which serves as an identification on how many number of user I currently have. And it will also serve as my unique identification for a specific user for me to identify that person. So email would be the username. So I'm just going to be using variable character 250. Also, I need to declare a length and value in the ID. So I need to do it as 11. And for the this one will be password, and just do a variable character at 250, and then just hit on save. And I've just created my database, which is going to be MySQL DB and my table as user. So I just need to copy the MySQL database. So a while ago, if ever that some of you ask where did I get that credential, just go to home, all right, and then just go to user account, and then you can see here the host name and then the username and then the password. As you can see, I don't have a password in here, so I just leave the password blank. So the database a while ago that I've created is MyDB. So I just need to paste that one here inside the database. So everything is up and running. I just need to terminate this and I'll create another node index.js inside my terminal. And still the app is listening. So everything is working perfectly fine. So for me to now connect my React JavaScript inside this server so that I can remit freely inside my table, which is going to be called as, um, let's just head towards my DB user. All right. I'm going to be putting here app.post. Right. In here is going to be register. I'm just going to be tagging it as register. And let's just say here rec request response. And inside here, let's do const saying email rec dot body dot email. Then do this const password is equals to rec dot body dot password. Then do this, and then let's just connect now our database inside a query inside our app.post. So in order for us to do that, let's just say here database query. Right, the normal query is going to be insert into, and then our table is going to be users. And then in here, let's just say that the value is going to be email, and then password, and the values is going to be question mark, and then let's put here a specific value of that question mark, which will be email, and then password, and then afterwards, let's do here an error and result. So if there is an error, then console.log show us the error. If there is no error at all, then else, let's just say that this would give us a res.send result. So that is what we mean towards the register. So we need to also in this one we need to install course because it's a package that means to say that it's a cross platform. So we're going to be accepting the inputs in the React going towards our server and from the server going towards our database. So let's also install course. So let's do const course is equals to require know, course. So it will have an error because we still didn't install inside our server course. To do npm install course. And then afterwards doing that, so the next thing is just going to be app.use, all right? And then course, then app.use express.json. So everything is good now. Let's head towards our src app.js. I mean, in the pages, let's go into the register. And inside the register, let's do Axios. So let's do cd dot dot inside a server or terminal. And in here, let's just do npm install Axios. So we're going to be using Axios to remit data that we've inputted inside our form towards our server. So yes, we've installed Axios. So let's import Axios in here. So import Axios from Axios, and let's just do a query in here for the Axios. So Axios that post, all right, and then let's just go towards here, and let's just copy paste this, and then paste it here. Don't forget to have this inside this, and then replace the 3000 into 3001, and then go back to our index.js, and then just copy this register or registration, should I say, and then go towards our register, and just put registration in here. All right. So the next thing to do is to do an opening curly brace after the comma, and let's just say here email, then email, then password, then password. After doing that, let's now create a promise. So after creating a promise, Let's just do an alert saying that your data is inserted. So okay, I think we're not missing anything. So let's try to go towards our CD server inside our terminal and run our node index.js. And let's head towards this. And if I click on register, your data is inserted, and I should go towards our database in here and go towards our table users, and everything is in here. So I have my email and my password already uploaded within my database. So the next thing that I need to do is to create a login now. All right, so we're now done doing the registration. Now what we need to do is a login. All right. So in order for me to do that, the next thing that we need to do is to do an import, do an axios in here from then axios, and then inside here, let's just do the same thing that we did on the register. So we're gonna be declaring our state inside here. So let's just do const, say for instance email, then set email, and then equals to use state, but we still didn't declare here the state, so should need to import in here use state from React, and then this use state would be like this, and then let's do const password, set password is equals to use state, then do that, and then just save, and also let's do an on click event in here for the on click, const login is equals to, all right, let's do console.log pertaining to the email and then the password. So let's just inside, let's create an event of an input. So let's get an event. So set email event dot target dot value, and do the same as well in here. So let's do an on change, an event set password. All right, event dot target dot value, and then in here let's just do an on click event, which is we will be calling login because this is the one that we've declared in here. So okay, so let's go back towards our React, and then let's head back to our login. If I put here tricor at gmail.com, and then 10121 free, then login, then everything is here. So what I need to do next is to head back towards my index.js and terminate this. Then let's do an app.post, right? But this app.post would be login, and do the same thing and a forward slash, and then let's create a request and response. So const email is equals to rec.body email, and then do a semicolon, const password is equals to rec.body dot password, then do a semicolon, then do a database query inside here, database dot query. But instead of the insert, we're going to be doing select asterisk from users, where the email is equals to and the password is equals to question mark. All right. So the next thing that we need to do is to do email. then password, and then 8 an error, then a result, and um, do an if error, and let's do a console.log showing the error, then else, then let's do res.send showing the result. Now let's head towards our home.js and let's just remove this and do the actuals.post. So no, let's just go back in here. It says login. So let's just copy paste this and head towards our home.js and then just paste this and paste that and then replace the 3000 into 3001 and then let's say here login and then forward slash and then let's just check in the index.js once more if it's correct. Okay, it's correct. So let's head back towards our home.js and then inside in here let's just do email then the password. All right. So let's now create a promise dot then. So if there is a response, so console log response dot data. Okay, so let's do a node index.js. Let's re-up the server and let's just look into this. So as we can see here, the length is 0 for this one. All right, meaning to say that it's nothing. All right, so let's try and check it out inside here. So for the users, where email is equals to, for instance, so record at gmail.com and the password is equals to 10113, then it shows here nothing, so it's 0. So inside here it's correct, so the length is 0. But if I have the email and the password, for instance, I'm just going to be going back to the browse, edit in line, and then I have here this, and instead of 0 it will be 1. All right, so let's check it out. So I'm just going to be copy pasting this and then replacing this as AB101213, which is the password. And then if I go back, it says here that the length is 1. Inside, if it's error, it's 0. So let's go back to our index.js and have some query for that, or an if statement or condition regarding that. So if error, let's just remove the console log res.send. All right, res.send. Let's just say that this is going to be an error. Then it's there's no point of getting an else in here. Let's just do an if the result length, okay, is greater than 0, right? Meaning to say that the res.send should be the result. It says that if it's greater than 0, the length, then it means to say that the username and the password is correct. But else, if the result is not greater than 0, all right, then let's do here a res.send and then a message saying that invalid username and password. Let's try to check this out. All right, let's just terminate this and then do node index.js once more. So in here, okay. But if I remove this and then say login, then I will be having a message which means invalid username and password. All right. So okay. So all right. So how do I do the use navigate inside this, so I can go towards a different page afterwards. A successful login if ever that the username and the password is correct. So that's when I'm going to use navigate. All right. But for me to do that, let's just clear things up into their app.js, and also in the result, let's just say here that this is going to be a message saying that it's 0. So okay. Um, no. Let's just say here 1, so let's not confuse you. All right, and then let's go back to our home.js, and then in here let's do the import, and then use navigate, use actually use navigate. This is actually use history before, but since we've just used router dom at 6, so you know, React router dom, let's use navigate now. So in here, let's just declare a const. Um, let's just do const navigate. It's equals to use navigate. All right. So yep, did that. So in here, what I like to do is to create an if, saying that if response dot data dot message is equals to, say for instance, 1, then we're gonna do navigate dot, navigate, and then forward slash profile, which I still don't have a profile in here. So let's do an import. I mean, it's okay. Let's not import a profile, but inside of pages, let's just create a profile. Okay, what happened? So let's just create a profile. .js, then do our RSF or React stateless function, and then props. Remove that. Welcome. So, yep, after this, let's head towards our home.js once more. And then let's do an else here, saying that if it's an error, then let's do, uh, let's just tag it in here. So let's do a const message, and then set message, and then equals to use state, and then control save. So in here, let's just do set message. And then in here, let's just say that um, response.data.message. Let's rely the response.data and the message into the set message, and let's just fetch it here. All right, so let's head towards in here. So for instance, I have tricord at gmail.com, and I have a wrong password saying 10113. So if I log in, I'll be having invalid username and a password. This is what this code means. All right. But if I have the correct password for that username, then I should need to be redirected to the profile, which I'm not redirecting. I don't know why. So still not redirecting. Okay. Maybe let's remove that and then log in. I don't know why it's not working, but you know, why is that not working? So profile, React, welcome, default. Let's just go back here at home.js. Use navigate. let's just do a console.log in here. So let's just do console.log and then the response.data.message. Let's just check it out. So AB10113. I don't know why it's not working. So okay. Uh-huh. It's not working, maybe because wait. Okay. If response.data is equals, I mean, let's just do triple equal sign in here. It's not doing anything. What is happening on Earth? So let's just do okay. So what did I tell in the index? The message is actually equals to 1. It's good. So let's head towards our home.js and just plainly remove everything here. All right. Let's do a console.log. Let's check first the responses because I don't know what is happening. It's not showing me an error. So value username and password ab101213 and then undefined. So it's undefined. Response.data message. So I also sent here a message, but I don't know why it's undefined. So, okay, let's save this one and then let's terminate this once more. Index.js. Okay, so everything is good. Now we see a response in here. So let's head towards our home.js and then just plainly, uh, and then comment this and then make this 0. And then let's try it out. So 0 is going to be the response. Why 0 is my response? So let's just do an equal sign in here. Remove this. So yep, it is profile, but it's not found in here because we didn't declare the profile inside our import. So let's just do the app.js and then do an import in here saying this is going to be profile, and then page is going to be profile. So also in here, let's just declare the route. This is just the logic, guys, okay? I mean, I still didn't use your authorize. So whenever I search something, even though I didn't log in successfully, I will be shown here my profile. So this is just me. I'm showing you the example on how to do it, but still you need to check some of the, reference for the profile. So let me head towards home once more and then do, for instance, try for 012 gmail.com and then at light 101213, which is if I do, it's invalid. But if I use here the actual credential and then use the AB101213 and then head towards here, then if I log in, I will be redirected to the profile. So that's how you do a simple log in and registration using React JavaScript. Hope that you've learned something within this video, and you have a nice day. God bless everyone. Bye for now.